Previously on Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Misham sensed a trap and put the stamp in a frame. I do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why, 7 years later, did he use that stamp on the night of the murder? He thought it was a pretty stamp. He didn't suspect anything, and he wanted to keep the stamp. Hello, I'm Unca Crunk. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, where we just entered recess after a bombshell got dropped on us in court. 1:24 p.m. Okay, so where exactly does this leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Misham who was killed wasn't Drew Misham the forger, basically. Well then, who was he? Well, he was actually doing her nails. So you really made those forgeries?
Yes, her father. I know it was wrong.
Could you tell us how it happened?
My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had the talent.
The talent for making forgeries?
How should I say it? It was not only paintings I made. Given the materials, I could make anything.
Anything?
Father was so proud, and I so happy. But in the end, I was making those
forgeries.
I've never had a good constitution nor personality. I know very little of the world outside my door. Now, because of me, Father is...
Do you know about this red envelope?
I remember that envelope. It was some time ago.
So you were already creating your works back then?
I started when I was only 12 years old.
So the one who figured out that stamp was poison, that was... Mr. Justice, it's time. To the courtroom, please. Right. Out of time. Wait, Vera, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio.
I painted those as part of my work.
Right. See, we checked them out and we saw what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the 3 finished paintings.
I see. Mr. Justice?
Yeah?
Father, he knew of you. Of both of you.
Your late father?
He was watching, gathering information. All about the Wright and Company law offices.
But lately, we're not doing just law.
Yes, you do tricks, gags to amuse, and play piano.
Well, they're not really gags per se.
Yet, when Father heard you had resumed the legal business, how pleased he was.
Who was Mr. Misham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's daddy? Judging from the relative ages involved, I'd say it's highly unlikely. Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. We know that the victim's daughter Vera was the forger. What does this mean for the case? Guess we're about to find out. October 8th, 1:36 p.m. District Court Courtroom, number 3. Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it all worked. How did you set up this Drew Misham forger persona? There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into his head.
I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy.
What's hard? Very well, miss, if you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Perhaps you'd rather answer my question? Were you the one who painted that painting? A remarkably similar one?
Yes. I painted it, yes. Father praised me quite highly for it.
So she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet, she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her.
I've done a bad thing. I have, haven't I?
Regardless, we need a little more information. About, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah?
Yes, it was in the desk drawer.
Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope.
Witness testimony. The red envelope. I created things and Father sold them. This envelope came after my first work, that was other than a painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in that envelope. It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
There certainly was much of great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realizes it. Very well, please begin the cross-examination.
Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. Cross-examination, start. I created things and Father sold them.
So these things you were making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right?
The closer they were, the happier Father was. I was happy too.
Still, you're quite young now. When did you begin this work?
My first painting sold when I was 12.
Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal.
Objection!
Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the crime of forgery. True. Please tell us more about this envelope. This envelope that may very well have killed your father.
All right. This envelope came after my first work. That was other than a painting.
By other than a painting, you mean you'd only done paintings up to that point?
Yes. But Father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than paintings.
For instance?
For instance, a letter someone had written, or a fingerprint left upon a cup, or a signature on a document, a seal upon a letter.
None of this makes her sound very innocent at all. And the $100,000 promised in this letter was the start. The beginning of a new industry for Drew Misham. A new industry? The creation of items to be used in criminal proceedings.
Oh boy.
Forging evidence, in other words. Uh-oh.
Father handled the deal, all of it.
So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used?
I enjoy painting very much.
I think I understand. The Fraulein has lived in an unusual little world.
Can you tell us what happened to the papers that were in this envelope? Father signed them and sent them back, I believe.
Did he follow the instructions? Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp. This is a rather important matter. Give us your answer some thought.
I received the stamp that was in the envelope.
Hold it!
What do you mean, you received it?
Did I do something wrong?
You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Actual quinine.
Objection!
A moment here, forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera, why did you receive the stamp? Is something wrong?
It was beautiful.
You mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Hey, I was right the first time. Although it was her that kept it because she liked the stamp and not her father keeping it because he liked the stamp. Okay.
Yes, I think it was.
So you didn't know about the poison? I guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite the close call.
It was after that job that we moved to the current studio.
Hold it!
You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is?
Yes, we saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books.
This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large.
When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work.
So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Misham. You did the work and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp, could you tell us more about it?
It was very pretty, and more than that,
Yeah?
it was a picture of people I liked at the time.
This is something new. What, like a boy band? Apparently, we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it.
Magicians. Valent comes back into it again.
Hold it!
Magicians?
I love mysterious things. I always have.
Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You're confusing mysterious with freaky.
Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much.
See, isn't magic great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited.
But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. It was quite sad.
Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe? Now, where have I heard that before? The red envelope came after she'd completed her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted a forgery made. Apollo! We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. a deadly weapon in a red envelope, and the path it took to take Drew Misham's life.
I created things and Father sold them.
Hold it!
So these things you're making, you mean paintings identical to other paintings, right? Oh, wait, we went back to the beginning. All right, nope. Skip.
Objection!
Okay, skipping ahead. I think I know what I need to do. Oh, damn it. Okay. Wait, no. Is it? Yeah, okay, this one. All right, by any chance, was your favorite magic troupe these people? Those magicians you liked, was it this bunch? Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder, why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Lack of humility. Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and you can't beat true gramarye. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? Gramarye. What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make?
Can I ask why?
No! Answer the question! Now!
Eek!
Prosecutor Gavin, you're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me, I apologize. But I must know, please, Ms. Misham, tell me.
It was a book. A single page in a book.
A book. Please be more specific.
It was a handwritten book. Like a diary.
No! I don't know! Gavin? Ivy?
What's wrong with what's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost.
Ms. Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no?
How did you know?
Objection!
Prosecutor Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor, nothing? Sullied who? Phoenix Wright. Who else?
Daddy?
He never told you about the trial 7 years ago? About how he came to lose his attorney's badge? Eh? It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of a silk hat. But what? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence is this girl standing right in front of me? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham, you, to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? I bet it was Valiant Grammary.
We only met once.
You met the client? Well, who was it?
It was...
What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Oh my God, it was Christoph. Yes, what? Is there something about me? It was Christoph!
I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary.
Who was it? Vera! Oh, no.
The devil.
Christoph Gavin. Vera's unconscious. Acute poisoning. What? This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. She was chewing her nails. Was her nail polish poisoned? The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. Oh, good. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. That's why she was staring at Gavin all this time. I have to start using their first names now. That's why she was staring at Clavier this entire time. He reminded he reminds her of his brother Christoph, who is the one who commissioned the forged evidence, and I'm guessing he's actually the one who poisoned the stamp. And he used what's the name? He used the Grammary commemorative stamp to make it look like one of the Grammarys had done it. But she liked the stamp, so she kept it. Oh boy. Okay, less contrived than I thought it was. A very simple case at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colors. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. What? In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. Excuse me? And that is where we must go. Trissy! Baby Trissy! To find the whole truth. So she was... What? To be continued in the next episode to the outro. Wow, this is a short one. Oh boy. So Christoph commissioned Drew Misham, who was in actuality the 12-year-old Vera Misham, to forge a piece of evidence in a trial that involved troop Grammary. This forgery was discovered, and Phoenix took the fall. Then Christoph sent the letter with the poison stamp to kill Mr. Misham. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and thinking he didn't try to kill a preteen girl, but Vera liked the stamp and kept it in a frame. Neither she nor her father ever realized that they had narrowly avoided death. As for framing the Grammarys by using their stamp, that particular idea doesn't really withstand scrutiny, since the letter was to be returned with the murderous stamp, unless the envelope was addressed to the Grammarys. And now Vera's been poisoned, possibly by her own nail polish. Anywho, looks like we'll be doing a flashback to the trial in question while Vera convalesces. In the meantime, up here's a playlist of my Danganronpa V3 playthrough, and down here is a video that YouTube recommends. Also, if you'd like to help support a fuzzy little monster and get videos a week early, we have channel memberships for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!